Morning, guys. So we are going to be towing this. It's a 95 Chevy 1500. It's got a ball joint that has failed. I don't know if you can see it down under there or not. I don't know if I showed it very well with that. Can't really see. It's got a lower ball joint that's failed. Thankfully, they got it to a decent spot here in the parking lot. So we're going to be picking this thing up. They left it unlocked with the keys in it. So we're going to get in position here and get this thing loaded up. We're going to get this thing loaded up. I've already taken my pictures. I did that while I pulled up and made contact with the customer. They weren't answering my text or anything. So I was finally able to get them on the phone. They told me where the keys were, and it's unattended, so I've already got the pictures and stuff taken, because if you notice, there is a little bit of damage around it. Back up quite far enough here. So this, okay, I'm gonna walk my truck back a little bit here, just enough to get my bed a little bit back so I don't have to roll back quite so far. So I don't want to have to pull this thing any further than I have to. So the plan is, because it's a lower ball joint failure, is to try and see if the wheel is stable on that other side or not. Sometimes they will kind of stay stable enough to roll, sometimes they don't. So as long as it will stay centered in here, because it's still got the tie rod connected, as far as I can tell, yeah, the tie rod is kind of bound up on the sway bar, it looks like. So this side is gonna be in a bind. So we may or may not be able to steer this side. It may want to just tuck in. It may want to pull back. I'm not sure. These things are kind of iffy. For some reason it wants to act like it wants to move on us. I'll have to take that wheel off and put one of my ITI ball joint skates underneath it. It's neutral. We need to go a little bit to the driver's side if it will. I might have to see if we can pretty straight there. Might see how this thing moves, if it does move. I might have to try to strap this thing straight. It's one of our ratchet straps. Just so we don't have to fight it, because that side is going to want to pull the steering wheel over. So if I can avoid the thing steering around on its own. Ah, that buzzing is annoying. Straight there. It's not going anywhere. Right. Steering should be straight. It's in neutral. So I'm going to easily pull in a bind. Let me see if they have. Park and brake is not set. We're not in four-wheel drive or anything. That is neutral. Parking brake. Or anything, so that's kind of interesting. I don't know why the rear end's locked up. It's in neutral, parking brake's not set. That one's. If you look, the tire's just rubbing on the inside of the wheel well there, so it's not getting into this. Not really putting any stress. Just steering our way a little bit. So I want to see if the steering hasn't moved on us. Maybe just a little bit. I can make this wheel slide like the other one. I should be able to bring it away. I need to stand on this side. This side isn't. See how it's pulling away. Pull that block out. Well, the driveline as a whole on this thing is a little bit of a bind. Get her back into park so the door dinger and stuff will turn off. Need to run their battery down. This thing rolled on up. gonna get it secured down here. This one I'm going to do slightly different than I normally do. Well, I do it like that. Really, I will need straps on this side because the steering is kind of compromised on this one. I'm going to use my mini J straps to go to the front here. As my pulling back straps instead of the tires, because that caused it to want to steer, and it'll obviously pull onto the tire directly, which we don't really want to do because it doesn't have the other side does not have a lower ball joint. So we're going to use our mini J straps so we're not touching the front tires at all. Plus, whenever I have just a really short distance between here and here, I don't generally like to put ratchets right there because it makes my straps a lot shorter. I don't know why I did that. I needed a ratchet, not a strap. But I don't generally like to have as much room between the strap and the wheel. That way I don't have as much tag ends. And then doing it on the insides here also means I run the mini J's from the front of the truck to go, you know, like how I kind of normally would. Then it ends up getting into the tire and the control arm, all that good stuff. And it's just not, it's got more stuff rubbing on the strap to risk cutting it. Ratchet, one more strap. Back to there. Hopefully this thing rolls off as easy as it rolled up, which, since it seems like the rear end is locked up or something as well, might have to walk out from underneath it, which if you watched any of my recent videos, you'll see how we do that. If not, you should go back and watch some of my older videos. I do like a external view sometimes where we're going to be dropping this thing off. It's generally kind of tight. I'm going to be on the side of the street. I'll be able to set up my other cameras or not, but we got it loaded up, got it up there without it getting into the fender or anything. So we are going to haul this thing over to the shop for the customer. All right, so we got this thing unstrapped. Going to lay our bed down here. The little shop isn't open. I was kind of expecting it to be open so they could tell us exactly where they wanted it, but I figure right here along this curb is just as good a spot as any. traffic to kind of clear for us. Luckily, the casualty side of the truck is on the curb side of the road, so I can work from the safer side of the truck. And just for there's the hood. I do not see release. E-brake is definitely not set. I'm only expecting this thing to really want to roll off. I want to make sure that that's not going to do that. That's what I was worried about. That is exactly what I did not want to happen. Okay, so what we are going to have to do is, I still haven't gotten this stuff straightened up. I really need to. It's been a busy last few days for us. So what I'm going to have to do is jack this thing up. Hopefully can get this under here. This side step broke out. Y'all can't see very well, but to lift the truck by the frame, hopefully giving us enough room to get my ball joint skate under it. I'm hoping that will take enough stress off of this to allow it to slide. These are my ITI ball joint skates, which come in amazingly handy. Hopefully that will help it slide a little better. Should have barely got it. Still might have to take that tire off. I was really hoping to avoid, especially with the mechanic shop not even being open. ugly, but yeah. That will get it. There we go. That's sitting on there better. This has got very little pressure on it now. That'll work. I can just kind of guide it down now. I didn't want to roll up, but I'm going to try to get it into park now, I guess. So my plan was to walk out from underneath it. So I didn't really plan on it wanting to roll. Get it back in park, plus a chalk for safety. So, move my jack out the way here. I'm just gonna have to slowly stable for us since it doesn't have much load on it. Scoped in just a little bit too much. Oh, about the perfect amount. No one would have known. Now I could have set up slightly different. Or I could have just winched this thing off, but that wheel fighting us like that, I think probably a little better off doing it like this. Have a little bit more control of how much pressure I have on that wheel and tire by changing the angle of the bed. That skate underneath it. Push real quick. Down on the ground now. Now we can get our blocks off, which I'm going to do while I got no traffic on this side. Thankfully, most of the traffic's been in the opposite lane. So I can get my bed rolled up. Really, normally I would have taken the tire off and avoided most of this. But I really don't want to take the tire off right here in front of this shop without them having something to put underneath it. I'm sure they're going to end up having to jack it up and put their own jack stand or block or something underneath this thing. I don't want to do all that without them here. So we're going to jack it up one more time here. We can find the frame. There. So what I'm going to do is just pull my skate out from underneath it, reset that tire straight up and down, set it back down for them so that it's how I found it. Come up a little bit more. A little bit more. About max up. It's about as good as we're gonna get it, I believe. Come down slowly on our jack. It sets down in there good. All right, we got it here. No additional damage. Ready for them to get all their ball joints and stuff placed. Still gotta get my ratchet strap off the steering wheel and we'll be good to go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If y'all would, please subscribe, like, and share.